Wonga has agreed to wipe out the debts of 330,000 customers following the introduction of new lending criteria in a move that brings yet more pain for the UK's biggest payday lender. I'm here with Emma Dunkley, our retail banking correspondent, to discuss. Emma, it's been a pretty bad week for Wonga. They said just a couple of days ago that the profits had halved last year. Today they've revealed that they're writing off this enormous amount of debt to 330,000 customers. What's going on?
Exactly, this is Wonga trying to come clean as a result of pressure from the regulator and also trying to rehabilitate its reputation under the new chief executive, Andy Haste, who came into force in July. So what the regulator has done is look back at Wonga's lending criteria and found that it didn't have the appropriate assessment suitability checks in place with regards to a borrower's ability to repay the debt. So as you say, as a result, it's wiped off the debt of 330,000 customers, and it has also wiped off the charges and fees of a further 45,000 customers, which is quite a significant move for the UK's biggest payday lender. And in total, this debt that it's written off amounts to about £220 million.
And that's a huge amount for Wonga. I think that's about 5 or 6 times the amount of profit it made overall last year. I mean, is it possible that this business can survive this? It's also got tougher regulation coming into force next year. You know, could this be the end of the road for Wonga?
It is a significant amount. Wonga has just reported this week that profits dipped to 39 million in 2013, which is a massive fall compared to the previous year where profits are about 85 million. However, it has said that it already expected to write off around 180 million in bad debts this year. So in fact, with the latest action, Wonga's only really expecting an extra 35 million to pay. So this is still quite a substantial hit for a company that only made 39 million in profits last year. However, it's not quite as bad as the headline figure suggests. Nonetheless, Wonga will have to change its practices going forward as it is in order to survive in this industry, because the regulator started regulating consumer credit firms in April this year, and the new rules it's putting in place are quite stringent.
So basically, under these rules, Wonga should never have made these loans to these people. There was no chance that they would have been able to repay, and it should have known that, is basically what the regulator said.
Exactly. The regulators come out today saying that Wonga should never have made these loans in the first place. These borrowers were never likely to be able to repay, and as a result, a lot of these borrowers have defaulted on loans, but in many cases have come back and applied for new ones in rather sneaky ways. So it is quite unethical.
And that new rule doesn't sound like it just applies, or doesn't apply just to Wonga. That is going to affect the whole of the payday sector. What's the future for this growing industry now in the UK?
The payday sector really has to change. It has to ensure that it has stringent affordability checks in place. Otherwise, the regulator has made it very clear that it will come down tough on payday lenders. At the same time, you've got another side of the industry in the form of mutuals and banks who are looking to step into the breach that could occur if payday lenders get hit. So payday lenders are facing competition from two sides, the regulator and also alternative lenders.
Emma, thank you so much for joining me today, and you can read more on this at ft.com/banks.